there, my friends. Welcome back to Piggy Bank Stories. It's Piggy Bunny again, ESG officer at Piggy Bank. I hope you've enjoyed the last few videos where my colleague Moo Moo broke down the basics of private equity. Today, we're diving into a hot topic in the world of private equity: the impact of ESG restrictions on investment opportunities. Let's find out why some portfolio managers, including Moo Moo, are feeling a bit grumpy about ESG. Ready? Let's go. What is ESG? First, let's quickly recap what these three letters stand for. ESG means environmental, social, and governance. These are the standards we use to evaluate investments not just on financial returns, but on their impact on the world. Here's a fun breakdown. E for environmental. This refers to how a company impacts the environment. Companies that care about environmental factors might focus on things like reducing thermal coal power, cutting pollution, and conserving natural resources. S for social. This aspect looks at how a company treats people, both inside and outside the company. Social factors can include things like human rights, ethical labor practices, workplace diversity, community involvement, and customer satisfaction. G for governance. Governance relates to how a company is run. Factors include board diversity, fair executive pay, shareholder rights, and transparency in financial reporting. These ethical standards help us evaluate companies based on their impact on the planet, how they treat people, and how they run their businesses. Sounds awesome, right? But why are some portfolio managers grumbling about it? Profitability versus sustainability. If a private equity fund is designed to be an ESG-focused fund, portfolio managers will lean heavily toward projects that promote sustainability. This can lead to higher costs, increased complexity, and sometimes missing out on great investment opportunities. First up, high costs. Implementing and maintaining ESG practices is never cheap. Companies need to invest in new technologies, certifications, and audits. At Piggy Bank Asset Management, we have a dedicated team of ESG analysts to review our investments. Sometimes, we might have to pass on a highly profitable company simply because the cost to bring them up to ESG standards is too high. Next, complexity and data challenges. There's no one-size-fits-all standard. Measuring and reporting ESG metrics can be tricky. This is more challenging for private equity. Unlike publicly listed companies, where their ESG information is usually available to investors, and you can rely on ESG research and scoring agents such as the Morgan Stanley Capital International, also known as MSCI. Private companies are not required to disclose as much information as public companies. ESG data for private companies is often not standardized or even available, making it difficult for investors and analysts to evaluate their ESG performance. Oh, and let's not forget about our clients. Some of them are super ESG conscious, while others don't care that much. And even within our ESG conscious clients, their requirements can vary widely. Some might focus heavily on human rights, but are okay with other factors. Others want to stay away from certain industries like weapons, alcohol, oil, and gas. Some provide a specific list of companies they don't want to invest in. When we sign the investment manager agreement with these clients, we promise to follow their investment policies and can't violate them. So, balancing all these different requirements adds another layer of complexity to our ESG investing strategy. Then, there's the risk of greenwashing. Some companies might exaggerate or falsify their ESG efforts to attract investment. This makes it difficult for portfolio managers to trust the data. Short-term performance pressure. Short-term performance pressure is another biggie. Sometimes, sustainable investments might underperform in the short term due to the cost of implementing these practices. This can be a tough pill to swallow for portfolio managers who need to show quick returns, especially to the clients. Finally, limited investment opportunities. Strict ESG criteria can significantly narrow down the pool of potential investments. Portfolio managers might have to pass on lucrative deals simply because the companies don't meet all the ESG requirements. For instance, Moo Moo had to pass on a promising opportunity involving a company that produced parts for cluster munitions, even though it wasn't their main business. Our ESG committee advised against it for conservative measures. Challenge and divestment. ESG factors for a company may change over time. A company may have the most sustainable practice at the time you invest in them. But then later on, they might start a new business line that causes pollution or open factories in less developed countries using child labor. If it's a publicly listed company, you can easily sell their securities because they are liquid assets. But for private companies, you cannot just sell the shares you have on a public exchange. You need to negotiate with other private equity firms and find a buyer, which usually takes a long time. Alright, I think I have talked enough about the downsides of ESG investments. But that doesn't mean I'm not a supporter of ESG. Looking at the bigger picture and thinking about future generations, sustainable investments are crucial for creating a better future for our planet. To sum up, while ESG criteria aim to promote better business practices and long-term sustainability, they can sometimes lead to missed profitable opportunities due to high costs, complexity, greenwashing risks, short-term performance pressures, and limited investment options. But remember, the goal of ESG is to create a better future for everyone, even if it means making tough decisions today. As investors, it's important to balance financial goals with social responsibility. So, what do you think about ESG in private equity investments? Have you faced any challenges or seen any success stories? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Piggy Bank Stories for more financial insights. Until next time, peace out, Piggy Squad.